Hey folks, all right, let's get into a trade recap. I'm going to go over a couple trades from yesterday as well as my trade this morning. One is still running, but just going to break down quickly. Again, I do the same process every day, guys. So the whole point of these trade recaps is to help you guys start to see how I'm viewing the markets, and it might give you some aha moments of how you guys can formulate your trading strategy, etc. So I'm just gonna show this. I'm building a new YouTube video, guys. You can pause and look at this. This is kind of my daily routine. I'm not going to go over it too much. I'm going to wait for another YouTube video that I'm going to be releasing later this week talking about it. But basically what I saw here, guys, is we had this liquidity down here. Okay, this got taken, and we have all of this imbalance down here. Now, we tapped into a higher time frame supply, you guys. So let's go to the 4-hour. See, and this is where it's interesting. When I talked to you guys about the buy-sell interactions. So this was demand, guys. This should have held right here, this inside bar. When price came back down into it right here, okay, we had buyers step in and sellers take over, okay? This becomes a new area of supply, okay? So on the 15-minute, what did I see? I see that we came up and now we're making some lower lows, okay? So what did I anticipate? We just took out this liquidity here. I felt like we would tap into this supply. And so what did I figure? I figured that this would act as inducement for this supply up here, and then we would come down and take out into this demand that is unmitigated, okay? So again, these are the concepts, guys. This is what I'm formulating in my mind, because in order for price, price came up here, it took out this liquidity. In order for it to rally or do something, then I figured it would take out the sell side liquidity. Now, where's the sell side liquidity, you guys? It's here and here. Okay, these are the areas as well as here. Okay, now this obviously got taken out from this move, but this is what kind of the market is doing every single day. It's searching for its liquidity to kind of move in between these zones. Okay, so when price started coming back up, you guys, into this zone, so I'm looking here. So I'm going to go to the 30 seconds, a little cleaner right now. So price came up and we took out this liquidity, you guys, here, okay, for this order block, okay? So we take out this liquidity and we have a chalk, okay? And we have all of this liquidity below, as well as this trend line liquidity that I believe price will try and run, right, in order to take out the sell side liquidity. Price came down, and again, what do I mention to you guys? I am looking for these flip zones that take out supply and demand, okay? So in this case here, this was your demand, this is your flip zone, price retest to come down here. Now, this trade triggered me in, and it was actually a really good trade, but something that I've been doing more recently is holding my trades a little longer at full lot size. Typically what I do is I partial out around 1 to 4, just to preserve and compound the account, and quite frankly that works really good. But we're all on our own journey of trying to get better and better, and so something that I'm doing this year is trying to hold trades that I really like for a little longer with full lot size, because obviously you can extract a little bit more out of the market. So this trade here, guys, ended up going around 1 to 4. And then after it tapped multiple times, you know, when it cleared out here, I went break even because I figured this would act as basically inducement or liquidity for price to go a little higher. Now, this stop loss, guys, would have held. But, you know, it is what it is. That's hindsight. I didn't know at the time. So I actually went break even right here. And, you know, price came down. It was a solid trade. You know, that was a really nice trade for my account size. But price ended up coming up and stopped me out right there. Now, again, this took me out break even, and then we had another chalk. I decided to try this one more time right here, and price ended up going a little bit, and then it decided to take me out. So I ended up having one loss there, and that's fine. If I would have just held my stop loss, it would have been all good. But we ended up trying it one more time. So price did indeed take out this inducement right here. It gave me another chalk right there. And then I got in right there. So I got tapped in right here on this retest of this flip zone. And this was the trade that ended up going in the direction that I wanted. So that ended up being a really nice trade. And this was an Asian session trade, which I don't normally take too many, but the setup to me was pretty clean. So I decided to let this go and let it run this liquidity down here. So this one ended up going really, really nicely, and that was that session. So basically right there, guys, that's where we got out. And that was really nice. Now, did I still expect this to run? So if we go back up to the 15-minute, I still expected this to get taken. Okay, I expected this fair value gap to get cleared. So, you know, I'm sleeping now by this time. I didn't know what price would end up doing. So price ended up coming up a little higher. Again, like I said, it pushed off this unmitigated OB, had a chalk. That would have been a really nice buy for people in the London session. And it's everything I talked to you guys about. We had a low go and a high go with a retest. This is newly formed demand. You absolutely can be buying off that into price, because this would have been discount in this leg of structure. Okay, so what ended up happening next was price came up here and it took out this liquidity right there. Okay, so all right, and then it had a change of structure. Okay, so when I woke up, I saw all this, and this at this moment now I'm saying, okay, how can I get into a sell to get all of this liquidity to get run? All right, so let's go and just step through price a bit more. So I see this starting to come up, which is perfect, because in order for price to go down, it must come up. So my first loss ended up being, it was a little early. I was a little early, jumped the gun a little bit, and that's okay. So price comes in here. It's basically making a bunch of trendline liquidity. We end up taking out this liquidity pool. Then it shoots up. And then we have another nice chalk here. So right here. So now I want to take this basically flip zone here. That's what I'm looking for. So, you know, price again teased me a little bit. I could have easily, you know, taken some profits. That's a 1 to 2. You know, at 1% trade, that's a pretty solid trade. But you know what? Again, I'm trying to hold my trades to the target that I believe they're going to run. And you know, this ended up breaking even. So right here, actually, after the second tap, guys, I went break even. Again, once I see something like that and it doesn't hit my targets, this to me looks like inducement. And because my stop loss is so tight, inducement typically will take me out and it'll run the high and then drop. So that's basically what happened. So it tapped me break even right here. And then it kind of went down a little bit, and I was wondering if I missed it, but then it went up. Now, this again was another chalk, you guys. So after we took out this high and we chalked, I took another trade here. Now, again, I'm early. I was early for the supply that I had marked out. So it is what it is. Sometimes, we all just jump in a little too early. But, taking out this liquidity, creating a market structure shift, to me, met my rules. Price did go in my favor for a bit, but then ended up taking me out right there. And that's fine. That can happen, right? So now we start to come into the actual supply that I was interested in. Whoops. And this was the first trade right here. We took another loss off this chalk. Okay, so we broke even. We're down to R. And then this one here took out all the liquidity. And what I did is I looked to the left and I saw that we ended up taking out the inducement for this. I'm going to go to the 1 minute so you guys can see it a little better. But this order block up here. So inducement, unmitigated, and we took it out and we created a break of structure. So this now felt like a better opportunity inside of this supply for price to reverse from. So I basically just waited for a setup. I could have got in right there, quite frankly, but I got in a little later right here. So why did I get in here? Because price broke structure, okay, off this, inside of this OB, and we created a buy to sell. So I felt like that would be the area that might get retested. So I actually sold once price broke this structure with my stop loss above this buy to sell. Okay. So that if price came up to it, I felt like this would hold. Okay. And so I was in that trade. And that was really nice. And I actually ended up partialing right here. So this one here, I partialed right here at 1 to 6. Right here. Okay, and I put my stop loss to break even. It ended up actually, I think it kicked me out right there. Okay, then it created another chalk. All right, so we created another chalk off this guy's inducement for the extreme OB. Okay. So I was definitely interested to sell again, and remember my target, you guys, is the liquidity on the 15-minute here that I believe is going to get run down here. Okay, so if we go actually to the hour, no, it's right here. Yeah, this stuff right here. Okay, so the target was this, right? This was the target. So when I got back in, again, I waited for the retap off the break of structure right here. Okay, again, the guys, let's go to the 15-second. Okay, this is my flip zone area. And then this one ended up running. Now I did partial out again at 25%, and then I just let the rest run. And that one ended up hitting target, which was a really nice trade. Now this ended up actually melting, you guys, and running to the full fill. I got out a little early, had some things to do. So this ended up running to the target. Which ended up being, it was about a 1 to 12 hour trade, but I got out around 1 to 9. And that was really solid trade. So I'll post that up in the top corner. And then today's trade, you guys, was this one here. Now, this one's a counter trend trade. I'm just going to clean some of this off my charts, guys, so it's a little easier to read. But we tapped into 4-hour supply. Okay, 4-hour supply. I look here, and again, my rules, you guys, is that I want to see some sort of liquidity get taken. So we ended up taking this liquidity for this order block here again. We have all of this liquidity pool. And so I ended up taking a 15-second short right here. Stop loss at the flip zone. It was 1.25 pips. And my target, you guys, was this fair value gap fill. Okay. So this was a really nice trade. I'm actually still in this trade. So I actually partialed right here. And now I'm looking to run the low for all of this. So, you know, for me, I like to get in and out of the market, you guys. This is a nice 2% trade. And it's as simple as that for me, guys, honestly. Like, we have liquidity take. We have our break of structure, right? Rally base rally, break of structure, flip zone. We have trend line liquidity here. We have imbalance, and I'm looking to run that. And yes, this was a counter trend trade, but you know, it did meet my rules for the entry criteria. And so currently I have my stop loss at break even, and I have my TP now set down here to see if we can get this, all of this to get run, okay, for this. So I hope that breakdown was helpful to show you guys kind of what I do on a daily basis. And yeah, if you have any questions, message me on YouTube. Have a great day.